Dear students, in the last class we have started studying about the risk, and I know that you have studied the meaning and definition of risk, and today we will see what are the different types of risks are there. So the different types of the risks, first we have a static and a dynamic risk. So what is the static and dynamic risk? Dynamic risks are those resulting from changes in the economy, changes in the price level, consumer taste, income and output, and technology may cause financial loss to members of the economy. What happens is now, for example, the consumer tastes are changing tomorrow, then it is a risk for your business. So tomorrow income of the people is changing. Today you see due to the pandemic, so many people have lost the income, so they may not turn up to your business. Then sometimes the price level is changing. So today you had a high price, tomorrow that product price of the particular product will be very low, then automatically your business will be lost. Now take example, now you started a poultry business and a chicken business, you are thought of starting and going on, and tomorrow what happens is your business is facing a high risk that tomorrow when your chickens are ready, there is no price in the market, so you are not getting money that you have invested and spent for the business. So that is called the dynamic risk. That risk that is happening because of the changes in the economy, that is called dynamic risk. Then we have another category called static risks. Static risks involve those losses that would occur even if there were no changes in the economy. See, dynamics risk takes place because something is changing in the economy. Everything is changing, shifting. Now you see, pandemic is the dynamic, this one. Now there will no change in the economy. Even though there is no change in the economy, what happened? Even though there is no change in the economy, now you have lost the business. If we could hold consumer taste, output and income and the level of technology constant, some individuals would still suffer financial loss. These losses arise from causes other than the changes in the economy. See, as a economic structure, no changes have taken place. No competition is there. No tastes have changed. Income level of the people have not changed. Okay, sometimes what happens is some new technology has come up, and because of the technology, some business, nothing has happened. Now, what happened? Automatically, without anything, you have your business is gradually dying. How? Sometimes the trends may change. Today, a particular passion people might have preferred. Tomorrow, that particular passion might not have preferred at all. Now, you have a take example. You are growing the areca. Tomorrow, people may not like the areca products at all. You don't know. Or sometimes you have started a small shop. Everything is running very well. But tomorrow, that people have not liked your personality. Nobody will turn up to your side. So such risks are there. You don't know. Now you are starting a hotel business, thinking that everybody will come to you. Okay, everything is fine. Taste is people are everything is good. Everything is going on well. But at the same time, you are not aware that by somewhat people didn't like to come to enter to your hotel. So such risks are there. Therefore, such are called static risks. Another type of the risks are fundamental and particular risks. Fundamental risks involve losses that are impersonal in origin and consequence. They are group risks caused for the most part by economic, social, and political phenomena, although they may result from physical occurrences. They affect large segments or even all of the population. What it says is fundamental risks are they are impersonal in origin and consequence. So they are a group risk caused for the most part by economic, social and political phenomena. Because of something economical changes, because of something social structures changed, because of something political changes that takes place, So such risks will come up. Now political parties themselves change. Now governments sometimes changes. Then their style for the particular business will go against. Now you take an example that Kumaraswamy's business was Kumaraswamy's government was there in Karnataka, and at that time they banned the alcoholic small shops that in villages and all everywhere there. So all those who were running that shops, they lost it. So there was a risk. Now particular government comes, so what they will do for your particular business you don't know. That is called a fundamental risk. Then particular risks involve losses that arise out of individual events and are felt by individual rather than by the entire group. So they may be static or dynamic. Unemployment, war, inflation, earthquakes, and floods are all fundamental risks. The burning of a house and the robbery of a bank are particular risks. See, now here some examples they have given very well. See, fundamental risks that affect to the everybody, to a group, not to one individual. Now it is not affecting to only one firm, it is affecting to all the firms. So all the factories. Now you see, government has called for lockdown, and with the lockdown, now they said that all cloth industries are closed. Now it is not only one cloth shop it is affected. If some robbery takes place, to only one shop is affected. Now here all cloth industry is suffering because shops are closed. So that way it is there. But this one particular risk is only to a particular person, or to the particular firm, or to a particular company. The burning of a house, it is a risk to only one person. Earthquake, everybody's house went off. So in the same way, robbery of the bank of a particular is only to a particular bank. But inflation that takes place, so that is to every bank. So these are the fundamental and particular risk. I hope you understand. Fundamental, just remember, fundamental means a group. Particular means a single unit. Then we have another is pure and speculative risk. This is something interesting. So speculative risk describes a situation in which there is a possibility of loss but also a possibility of gain. Gambling is a good example of a speculative risk. In a gambling situation, risk is deliberately created in the hope of gain. Now, for example, you take a share market. It's a speculative risk. You are not sure whether you are going to gain or loss. But you are interested. Why do you invest money in the shares? Your interest is gaining. So tomorrow the shares of a particular company will increase, and you will get this much of a dividend and this much of a share worth. But in the bargain, sometimes instead of rising, it may come down. So it's a risky. Investing money in the shares is a risky. And best example for a speculative risk is investing money in the shares. Absolutely, you are not sure what you are investing, what you are pouring the money will get back or not. That is called speculative risk. Then next one is a pure risk. So the term pure risk, in contrast, is used to designate those situations that involve only the chance of loss or no loss. So one of the best examples of a pure risk is the possibility of loss surrounding the ownership of a property. The person who buys an automobile, for example, immediately faces the possibility that something may happen to damage or destroy the automobile. The possible outcome are loss or no gain. So here what happens is, your property you are purchasing, and if the damage takes place, then you have to bear it. So it will be a loss. You are not sure whether it will be damaged or kept safe. So any property may be, for that example, what the worth is there, tomorrow it may go down. So that is a pure risk. You are not sure that whether it will remain the same or damage may take place. So these are pure risk. So in the pure risk we have some other classifications. So pure risk is not of just one category. There are a personal risk, property risk, liability risk, and risks arising from failure of others. Okay. So we'll continue with this. What is personal risk? These are all types of the risks. You need not bother. So we began with this one: dynamic, static, Then we continued with the fundamental, then we continued with the speculative and pure risk, and in the pure risk we have personal risk. These consist of the possibility of loss of income or assets as a result of the loss of ability to earn income. In general, earning power is subject to four perils. So, this personal risk means now you are supposed to earn something, and but not you are not going to get any income. So there are four situations. One is premature death. So somebody is earning for your home. Now tomorrow he is died. Then after that, how you are surviving? Now wife and one family is there. Wife is not going for work. Husband is going for work, and income was coming. Now husband is dead. What is going to happen? Okay, that is one situation. Personally, dependent old age. Now you are depending on somebody for your old age. Now you are old and depending somebody. Now that dependent will not care for you. What are you going to do? This is a personal risk. You are not sure. Now you see in Indian culture, usually people believe that the children will look after, and you have nothing, no insurance, no pension and all such times. So what are you going to do? So that is a dependent old age. Then sickness or disability. Yes, we are not sure. So yes, we are living our daily life. When the sickness comes, when we are will be disabled, what may happen? Any accidents may take place in our life. So we are not sure. That is also a possibility. This is a personal risk. Then unemployment. Yes, today I am employed. Tomorrow whether I will be having a job. If I don't have a job, what can I do? How can I live my life? No income. So these are the all these categories will come for a personal risk. Then property risk. Anyone who owns property faces property risk because such possessions can be destroyed or stolen. Now you have a vehicle. Tomorrow somebody can come and steal your vehicle or damage your vehicle. Then it is a risk. You are not sure. You have a house. Tomorrow somebody may damage your house, or something may happen and damage. Or thunder may fall to your house. What will happen? So you are not sure how it will be going on with your this one. Okay, you have a property now, agriculture field. Tomorrow somebody may come and put chemicals to your all coconut trees, and coconut trees may die. So not sure. Or coconut trees may die because of the sickness. So these are all property risks. Then you have a liability risk. The basic peril in the liability risk is the unintentional injury of other persons or damage to their property through negligence or carelessness. However, liability may result from intentional injuries or damage. Under our legal system, the laws provide that one who has injured another or damaged another's property through negligence or otherwise can be held responsible for the harm caused. So here what it says is you are injuring somebody. Now especially in the automobile, this accidents and all, so you are damaging the another person's vehicle, then you you are liable to pay. Or because of your negligence somebody's property is damaged, or something you are damaged to the other, then that compensation what you are going to give, that is a liability risk. Yes, you are living your life, you are riding your bike, but you have damaged on the way for somebody, then you have to pay back. Though that is a liability risk. Because of your negligence, it may damage to somebody. Okay, now you are owning a factory, and because of your negligence, some damage took place, happens to the neighbors, then you have to pay back. That is called a liability risk. Then you have a risk arising from failure of others. When another person agrees to perform a service for you, he or she undertakes an obligation that you hope will be met. When the person's failure to meet this obligation would result in your financial loss, risk exists. Examples of the risk in this category would include failure of a contractor to complete a construction project as scheduled, or failure of debtors to make payments as expected. With the development of the internet, the rapid evolution of e-commerce, and the increased trend toward outsourcing by big businesses, a variety of new risks relating to the failure of others have emerged. What happens is you are given a contract to somebody, but the contractor has failed, and now who has to bear the risk? You only have to bear the risk. If somebody has not performed and you are delegated that job, now you are held responsible. So such cases also are happening. So these are arising from the failure of others. That's why some people are not at all interested to delegate the job to anybody else, because always there is a danger, always a risk. You ask somebody to do for you some work and they cause you damage, then you are responsible for that. That is called risk arising from failure of others, because of the failure. Now okay, you take example, you have a vehicle and you have appointed a driver and he is driving for you, and he puts your vehicle into accident, whom it is a risk for you. So then there is a final one, another type of risk, that is a systemic risk, not systematic risk. Remember this word, you be clear. Systemic risk. So the global financial crisis of 2008 and 2009 has increased attention on another category of risk known as systemic risk. It is a risk that is there to the whole system affects. Generally, systemic risk refers to a risk that can affect an entire system rather than just one entity. In economics, the term is often used where a shock, such as the failure of a single entity, could cause cascading effects and severely disrupt the financial system. So, one problem will affect the whole system, not only in India but rather to the whole world itself. And it happens usually in the financial matter. Some damages in a huge scale will damage to the whole economy, whole system, and that is called systemic risk. I hope now you have understood the various categories of the risk that I have explained here. So you can go after one after the another and study it well. Please make a notes of whatever you are listening here, because I am not going to supply any kind of the notes or a reading material. Therefore, please watch this properly. So thank you.